Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon and we're back on the test server. So this is going to be a pretty common occurrence this time of year because we have like the back-to-back events going from Christmas to Anniversary and then like Valentine's Day. I think, yeah, those are pretty much three non-stop events. So test server is going to have a lot of activity. And I do want to mention that if I don't sound excited, it's because of exhaustion. Like I actually dislike this time of year where we have like the three events in a row. Just because it gets repetitive and I keep saying this, but I think the events, they just run too long. They should be half the length with like twice the reward rate. Because that way that you would still burn through the same stuff. It's just I would be accelerating it. And it's not like getting boring by stretching it over a month. Because I mean, this is DC Universe Online. I just want to play the DC Comics content. I don't want to do all this holiday stuff. But of course, I am going to do it because the rewards are really good. So let's take a look at the quests. That is probably from last year or the year before. That's probably the first year. So nothing new there. So I probably picked these up last year. So
great job.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm seeing a stream of data coming in. Wow, looks like a full-scale invasion of Cordians and Shadow Demons. That can only mean one thing. The Anti-Monitor. We've got to repel this invasion before they turn everything into antimatter, and the Anti-Monitor basically eats our universe. Must be a Tuesday.
Okay, so we probably had this same test server set up from last year, so this is just continuation. Yeah, so we had the revamp already for this last year. Let's take a look at the feats. It should be at the bottom. Right, the Kaluan stuff was from last year. So there's another, they're going with 10 and 25 base items. So let's see, last year it was collect one and then we had the checklist. So this year it's the same as the winter event where it's 10 and then 25. That seems to be what they're going with. Hopefully going forwards, that way it's at least consistent. But yeah, this is a good setup, 2 feats. And then this is the future Joker style, which we'll take a look at. Curious to see if that's style or if it's going to be scaling gear. And then last one is a collection completion for a title. Let's take a look at the warp menu. Anniversary Watchtower. So it doesn't go into the zone. Actually, it's kind of good that it goes to Watchtower in this particular case because I didn't check if I had currency. You can see one of the new loading screens there. Notice that they took the episode title out of it because that kind of puts a date on it. In the old setting, they had like the T7 episode numbers, and that just makes it look dated. Alright, let me make sure I have... We're looking for Quartian Crowns, 530. It seems like a lot. So we'll just take a look at the vendor, and I'll link to my videos from previous years because the content and missions I think are pretty much the same. There is that one last year, that solo from E3 that tied into E3. So let's walk over to that one after this, and we'll take a look if it's the same. Okay, so there's a drone pet, and it seems to be combat, which I actually need on the test server because I don't have the ghosts. Okay, so let's pick up the Joker style. And it's 8 parts. Okay, so we could look at some of the base items as well. It's parts of a helicopter. You know what, let me grab the style first so there's space. Okay, that was weird. The feet popped on one item. That's definitely a bug to report. I'm sure someone already got that, but
Hello,
I will submit that to the forums if no one else did. Alright, so I just want to take a peek at what this mission is. Well, actually, I mean, it's got the E3 symbol, so it's probably still Earth 3. Like, when I saw this mission last year, I thought it was going to update to whatever the most recent content was. Simply because there was nothing in here that gave a feat. So I thought this was going to change into something else. Like, this here would be Atlantis. I actually don't remember this that well. Is it the same? Notice that the NPC level has updated, as well as our scaled CR. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a long stairway down. Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. Alright, let's just get back and we'll take a look at the Joker style, because that's what we're here for. So, what is it called once we consume it? Okay, it's called Clown Prince. What did that do? I don't see anything. Oh no, there is a headpiece. Okay, I'm just gonna set this to, let's see. Let's go black, red, yellow for everything. That way we can see the different slots. and then we'll see like how usable each of these pieces are. Because that's why I tend to look at when we get new styles, because I never use anything as a full set. Simply because that's what everyone's going to do, and that's not really that original. I'm always looking for usable parts. I know for sure everyone's going to have fun with that shoulder piece, because if you remember the future Joker style, he has this big button that says "I'm with stupid," and that's, fortunately they made that a separate shoulder part, so you could use that with other outfits. It would have been a missed opportunity if they made that like part of the chest. Alright, that is everything. Let's get into a bright area of this base. Well, let me see if I have a different hairstyle, because it seems like long hair is going over whatever that headpiece is. Or if we just look at none. Okay, so it's the binoculars. And there's a splattered paint style on the arms and legs. Bazooka on the back. A lot of detail there. Bat Buster. And there's the "I'm with stupid" button. The chest kind of looks like a mix of schoolyard and paramilitary, but it's very customized. Interesting belt too, like lots of different items slotted in. So the belt is probably a good one that could be mixed with other styles. A lot of people are going to use the bazooka simply because it's another weapon back, and we don't have too many weapon backs yet. Pants, it's got a gun on the side just like Lobo's, so something to think about. Another good piece for like a munitions type character. The boots almost look like, those are like snow boots. The hand style is asymmetrical, which they've been going for in a lot of newer styles. Yes, I do think a lot of these are usable parts. Probably only the chest is like, the chest piece is kind of Joker specific. Alright, now let's take a look at the button on its own. I just think this is going to be the most popular piece. Yep, so it's pretty much going to work with anything. I mean, that might actually clip into like a big chest piece, like if you had like maybe the T4 armor. Let's see if I have something. Strategos, these are all thin. Atlantean Monarch is a little bit thicker. Oh, I thought Dark Spectre would clip into it, but it doesn't. Because that does protrude out. Elemental Android, it works for that too. So it looks like they did test like a lot of the thicker suits. Okay, there we go. It goes into Spindrift. So yeah, it's not going to work with everything, but I would say most pieces, because there aren't like a whole lot that are super bulky. I imagine like any of the T4 or T3 ones, the vendor sets, it probably wouldn't work for. The other piece I'm curious about is the asymmetrical hands. Because with the full suit, it was hard to see where that actually ended. Is something wrong there? Oh, you know what? It wasn't the hands that was asymmetrical. That was part of the chest. Yeah, the hands are just gloves. Because the bracers you see here are part of the Themysciran battlesuit. Okay, so the hands, I mean, that makes them a bit more they're still asymmetrical because the right side has like a strap on the knuckles. It would have been cool if this had the the elbow pad. I think that would have made it more usable. Actually, let me just make sure that's not being clipped by the bracers. Okay, yeah, so the elbow pad is part of the Joker chest, not part of the hands. The hands are just gloves. Alright, I'll cut it there for just the Joker style, and we'll go in depth into the furniture. I'll most likely just look at the vendor preview maybe, because it just seems like a whole lot. Unless I have a new character that's ready, because that way everything will be in the base inventory and won't get mixed in with older stuff. But yeah, just stay tuned for that. But yeah, this Joker style is pretty cool, lots of usable parts, and hope you have fun farming this when it comes out. Thanks for watching.